Now I wish to start with multiple choice questions that are given in section A, and they are from chapter of dissolution of a partnership firm. Observe on the screen. At the time of dissolution of a partnership firm, which liability is to be paid first from that remaining surplus asset? So the options given are wife's loan, partner's loan, dissolution expenses, payment to third party. At the time of dissolution, assets are realized and liabilities are paid. But in which sequence it should be paid? First, dissolution expenses are paid. Then, outside liability is paid. Then, partner's loan is paid. Then, partner's capital is redeemed. So, here in this sum, first payment has to be made for dissolution expenses. This is the correct option. Next, from the realization of firm's asset after dissolution, which of the from the realization of firm's asset after dissolution, which of the following liability is paid last? The options are dissolution expenses, payment to third party, increase in capital, wife's loan. As I told to you before 1 minute, that in priority for payment, the priority for payment first dissolution expenses, second outside liability, then partner's loan, then partner's capital. So who is to be paid last? Partner's capital. So C is the correct option. Next, at the time of dissolution of a partnership firm, what will be the accounting effect of bad debt return? Bad debt return, bad debt recovered. What is the accounting effect of it? Options are cash account credit, realization account debit, realization account credit, no effect. Now bad debt return is a recovery of loss. It is treated as gains. Gains are credited to realization account. So which option is correct? Option C is correct. Realization account credit is the correct option. Next, I read for you. At the time of dissolution, the goodwill is ₹50,000 in the balance sheet. No specification has been given regarding it. What will be the effect? Now see, goodwill is an intangible asset. The asset which exists in case of going concern. So here, partnership firm is dissolved. Going concern is not applicable. So we have to presume that goodwill realized nil. So when goodwill realized nil, what is the accounting effect if realized value is nil? You know it now. No effect is the correct answer. So option B is the correct answer. No effect is given in the absence of any information about realized value for goodwill. Next, I read for you. At the time of dissolution, no goodwill was seen in balance sheet. Still there is a surplus. Amount of ₹50,000 of goodwill. What effect will be given to it? Now see, in balance sheet there was no goodwill. At the time of dissolution, the entire business must have been sold to another person as a going concern, wherein we have realized value of goodwill is how much? 50,000. What is the accounting effect? This is a gain. Gains are credited to realization account. Now look at the options. Realization account credit, cash account credit, goodwill account debit, No effect. Now you know the answer. Realization account credit is the correct answer to this multiple choice question. Next. I read for you. At the time of dissolution, what will be the effect of investment fluctuation fund? Now, investment fluctuation fund is a reserve against asset. All book value of the assets are debited to realization account and all reserves against assets are credited to realization account. So what should we do with investment fluctuation fund? Now you know the answer. The realization account credit is the correct answer. So investment fluctuation fund balance is credited to realization account for accounting of dissolution. Next. I read for you. At the time of dissolution, rupees 20,000 for machinery is shown in the balance sheet. No specification regarding the realization has been made. What will be the accounting effect? Now see. Book value of machinery is 20,000. You are not given any information about what we have been realized for this machinery. Now machinery is a tangible fixed assets, real asset. So we have to presume that we have realized the book value and the realized value of the asset is credited to realization account. Now look at the options. Partners capital account credit, no effect. Cash account credit, realization account credit. Now you know the answer. D is the correct answer. Realization account gets credited with the book value, presuming that it has been realized in the event of dissolution. Next. At the time of dissolution, if any partner accepts the liability to pay dissolution expenses of rupees 8,000, what will be the accounting effect? Now see. Now partner assumes, takes the liability to pay. Partner doesn't assume or he is not bearing, he is not going to suffer the dissolution expenses. If partner has to bear, is to be borne, dissolution expenses are to be borne by the partner. Then the case is different. But here the partner has committed, agreed to pay expenses on behalf of the firm. So dissolution expenses are generally debited to realization account. If it is paid in cash, cash account is credited. If it is paid by partner, partner's capital account gets credited. Now look at the options. Realization account debit, realization account credit, partner's capital account debit, no effect. Now you know the answer. Realization account is to be debited for dissolution expenses. Matters little if partner pays it or if the firm pays it. But it is an expense of the firm, so it has to be debited to realization account. If partner is paid, then partner's capital account is credited. And ultimately, that amount will be redeemed to the partner at the end of the day. Next. At the time of dissolution, rupees 5,000 realized for unrecorded furniture when it was sold. Which account will be credited to? Now see. Here, look at the option first of all if you want to. Cash account, partner's capital account, realization account, partner's current account. Now see, 5,000 realized for furniture. Cash is received, cash account is debited. You are asked which account is credited. Now, which account is to be credited? Notice it. Realization account is to be credited for the realized value of assets. So, realization account credit, option C is the correct answer. Next. At the time of dissolution, unrecorded outstanding salary of 10,000 is being paid. What will be credited? Unrecorded liability paid. When you pay the liability, realization account is debited and cash account is credited. Here the question is, which account is credited? You get the option. What's the answer? Cash account is credited. Option D is the correct answer. Because when the unrecorded liability is paid, realization account debit to cash account credit, that is the journal entry. And the question is, which account is credited? Cash account. Next. At the time of dissolution, what will be the effect of credit balance of profit and loss account? Now the credit balance of profit and loss account is an undistributed profit. That profit has to be distributed between partners in the ratio of profit sharing. When the profit is distributed between partners, capital account gets credited. Now look at the option. Now, what's the correct answer? I have just told you. Partners' capital accounts are credited when you distribute the credit balance of profit and loss account. It's an undistributed profit. It will be distributed in the profit sharing ratio. Next. At the time of dissolution, unrecorded investment are 12,000. It has been paid to unrecorded creditor and the account is closed. What will be the accounting effect? Now the options are realization account debit, realization account credit, no effect, cash account debit. Now see, asset is given for payment of liability. What is the accounting effect of it? Now see, if the book value of asset is debited to realization account and the book value of liability is credited to realization account, and when such liability is settled by giving asset, in that situation only, no effect. Why? Because the realized value of the asset is to be credited to realization account and the settled value for the liability is to be debited to realization account. So if you want to write the entry for this type of transaction, asset given for payment of liability, realization account debit, because liability is paid, realization account credit, because the asset is realized. So what is the entry? Realization account debit to realization account credit. Better we should not give any effect. So no effect is the correct answer. Next. At the time of dissolution, in balance sheet debtors account was rupees 8,000 and bad debt reserve account was rupees 800. What amount will be returned on the credit side of realization account? Now we know that balance of asset, book value of asset is debited to realization account and the reserve against that is credited to realization account. In light of this understanding, look at the options. Rupees 800, 7,200, 8,000, 8,800. Now see what amount is credited to realization account? Reserve against asset, that is bad debt reserve. What's the amount of bad debt reserve? 800. So 800 A is the correct answer. So realization account is credited with bad debt reserve 800. Next. It was decided to pay rupees 1200 to Mr. Modi for dissolution expenses. But the actual dissolution expense was rupees 800. What amount will be returned on the debit side of realization account? Now there is a commitment to pay. What amount? 1200 rupees for dissolution expenses. Now the actual expenses are more than 1200, partner has to suffer. If the actual expenses are less than 1200, it is the reward to a partner for his efficiency. In such situation, firm records only 1200, the amount committed for dissolution expenses. So, what's the correct answer now? The options are, the amount that is debited to realization account is the committed sum, that is 1200. So, option A is the correct answer. Now, I think you have followed all these multiple choice questions. Thanks to all of you.